Hey everyone, I've recently had a resurgence of my love for mods, so today I'll be doing my first ever mod review. Today, we will be discussing the Aether mod, specifically the Legacy version. There are currently 3 main versions of this mod, so this will be a trilogy of reviews spanning from Legacy to Highlands. Without any further ado, let's take a trip to the Aether. The Aether mod was first released for Minecraft Beta 1.7.3, before hunger was even a thing. It strove to achieve what vanilla Minecraft failed to, which was making a working sky biome. In earlier beta updates and patches, the dev team tried to add a sky biome in the game, which you could go to via your dreams in bed, but the dev team ultimately decided they wouldn't do it, as it wouldn't add much to the game and would ultimately be meaningless, as it's a dream. The Aether mod picked up where Mojang left off and said, hey, instead of a dream, let's make a portal to go there. Oh, and let's make it more pastel colored to make new sky-themed mobs and items. The result? Fantastic! The Aether is now a sky dimension in which you can survive and thrive, adding in more new items and blocks for you to use, and more different threats to neutralize. And all of this is contained inside a portal made from glowstone and ignited with a water bucket. I'd give this whole overview a score of 9 out of 10. The mod's a bit less impressive now, but holy hell was it impressive back in the early 2010s. Oh man, where do I even begin? As I said earlier, the entire place is pastel colored, which clearly differs from the vanilla Minecraft landscape and everything else that we're familiar with. It kinda makes you feel like you're taking a stroll through the set of The Dark Crystal, or you're on a Disney ride in Toontown. It's a wonderful aesthetic, not to mention its whole guise is made to distract you from the horrors that lurk within, hence the achievement you get when entering the Aether for the first time, Hostile Paradise. 8 out of 10. Would be a full 10 out of 10 if it wasn't so hard to look at sometimes. Items are very important in mods, and you can probably guess that this mod masters that as well. The trees in the Aether are called skyroot trees, and just like any other tree, you can make lots of wooden stuff out of it. One such thing is the skyroot tool set. What makes this set special is 2 things. No, really, 2 things. Like, it has double drops for each item. That was a terrible joke. I'm gonna try and save it with the Holystone tool set. The majority of the Aether is made of a block called Holystone, and it also has a special attribute. Unlike normal stone, Holystone tools drop Ambrosium sometimes, and that's the stuff you need to make torches. Now we have the Zanite tool set and armor set. Both of these have a special attribute, and it's that they get stronger the more they're used. The Zanite pickaxe is comparable to an iron pickaxe when it starts out, but when it's mere minutes away from breaking, it's as good as any fresh diamond pickaxe. Next, we got the Gravitite tool set and armor set. Gravitite is especially hard to mine because of its gravity-defying trait. The Gravitite tool set is really good, and you never have to enchant it with Silk Touch. Why is that? Well, you can right-click on any corresponding block with the Gravitite tool, and it will float upwards for a while, before turning into that block and dropping back down as an item. Nice. Especially for whenever you want to take some blocks back to the overworld. Moving on to the Valkyrie item set. These items are actually found when you defeat one of the 3 bosses of the Aether. They drop either as an item or are found in the post-battle chest. Ever had to deal with a reach hacker? Well, the tool set is just that, but applied to everything. The tools are even better than Diamond, and are probably the best in the whole game. They also give you wings, if you have the full set, plus gloves and cloak, but I won't talk about that too much. Time for the Neptune armor set. This armor set lets you move faster in water. The Phoenix armor set lets you burn things, the Obsidian armor set makes you slow but gives you resistance, and there are plenty of other accessories your character can use in the game, all without mentioning the food. 10 out of 10. Oh my god, there's so many mobs! There are flying pigs, which you can ride on, air bunnies, which can ride on you to help you glide, air whales, which I love them, flying cows, which you can also ride, I guess, friendly large birds called moas, not so friendly large birds called cockatrices, puffy freaking sheep, mimics, valkyries, Aechor Plants, sweats, zephyrs, and more. And that's all without mentioning the 3 main bosses. There's the bronze dungeon, colored silver for some reason, the silver dungeon, colored gold for some reason, and the gold dungeon, colored bronze. The bronze dungeon has several rooms with chests/mimics in them, as well as a main boss in the middle called the Slider. It's a giant block with 4 eyes whose main attack is sliding around. It's also a very unique boss fight in the sense that you can't use any conventional weapons to fight with. You can only use pickaxes to fight with, and it breaks any blocks that stray into its path. So, don't die! Next up is the Silver Dungeon, a pantheon-like structure on top of plenty of air cloud. Don't worry, you can walk on it. You can try to fight the Valkyrie Queen right off the bat, but you'll need 10 victory medals from 10 other lower Valkyries first. Once you get them, give them to her, and you're in for a surprisingly PvP-like fight to the death. Lastly, we have the Gold Dungeon, located in spherical islands with golden trees atop them. The legendary Sun God stands before you, but you'll need to wait through plenty of dialogue before you can fight. I like to spam my hammer of Notch in his face when I do, however. It's funny. This boss fight is super unique in a similar sense to the Slider boss fight. You can't use any weapons. You can only hit a frozen orb at him that bounces like a screensaver all over the room. And that's the only thing that can even make a mark on him. You'll only need weapons for the Sun mini-gods that come after when you gain a successful hit. Overall, I'd give these guys an 8 out of 10. The dungeon colors are mismatched and there's too much slow dialogue, but the mobs are so well done. If you've been listening closely to the music in this video, that music's from this mod. A guy named Emil Van Krieken composed and arranged the music in this mod, and there are 4 tracks in total in this version, each titled Welcome to the Aether, Wings, Meadow, and Moa's Song. They're all wonderful tracks, and they're kind of a mixture of EDM, lo-fi, and maybe even a little bit of orchestra as well. And hey, if you have a music disc in-game with a song composed by the same guy who made Crab Rave, you know it's gonna be good. 10 out of freaking 10. This mod gets a 45 out of 50. It's not perfect, but it's damn well on its way to being that. I highly recommend this mod for anyone who's looking for a new adventure in their blocky game, and I promise you, it only gets better from here. See you at Aether 2 and have a great rest of your day. See you next time.